These ballots were cast long before Election Day. For millions of Americans, voting is no longer synonymous with long lines in early November. And these midterms are beating early voting records. More than 30 million people cast their ballots in advance this year. In Tennessee, there was a 217% jump in pre-election votes. In Texas, 4.8 million ballots were cast early, another turnout record. While increasingly popular, does early voting favor one party or another?
I think it's hard to know what the early voting numbers mean in terms of an advantage for Democrats or Republicans. But I do think that all of the polling that's available suggests that there's a lot of enthusiasm on the Democratic side.
It's a tradition that dates back to the U.S. Civil War and to a time when rural voters had to travel far on horseback. Now, for many, it's a matter of convenience. In the past 3 decades, there's been a resurgence of early voting. 38 of the 50 states allow early voting or voting by absentee ballot without having to give an excuse, like being abroad, ill, or in the military. In 3 states, all voters must mail in their ballots in advance. Often away at university, students are drawn to early voting. And that's changed how candidates and activists have encouraged young people to register.
And so I'm excited, it motivates me to, I'm gonna continue doing this. This isn't gonna be my last time voting.
But young voters aren't the only ones who prefer to get a head start. The elderly also favor voting in advance, and they're generally more conservative in their votes, which means a boom in early voting is not a safe indicator of what's inside those ballot envelopes.